Welcome to episode 4 of OSFirstTimer Advanced. In this episode, Diana will be attempting to make a 3D model of a bookshelf using software from the late 1990s. Will Diana's creation be a masterpiece or be an abstract mess? Keep watching to find out. So here you are in an operating system that was released in 1996. Any idea what it is?
Windows 95?
That was released in 1995.
Yeah, so why couldn't you keep it a year later?
You could keep it, but it wasn't released a year later. This was specifically released in 1996.
I don't know, what was after 96? Windows 98?
No, because that was released 1998, hence the name.
Was there a Windows 96?
No, there was no Windows 96.
Why not? Well then why release an operating system in 96 and not call it 96?
Okay, so what they released in 1996 was Windows NT 4.0.
I don't remember hearing that one.
That wasn't really for home users and stuff. And although it may seem like Windows 95, it's NT based rather than DOS based. It's much more stable than Windows 95 and can support up to 4 gigs of RAM, unlike Windows 95, which fails to boot if given more than 480 megabytes of RAM. The software you will be using was called Adobe Dimensions 3.0, which was the final version of the software released in 1997 before Adobe discontinued it. Adobe is well known for their professional software such as Photoshop, Fireworks, Illustrator, Flash, Dreamweaver, Audition, and After Effects. But unfortunately, this program never evolved like Adobe's other software. Anyway, your task is to create an identifiable, brown, 3D bookshelf with at least 2 different items placed on its ledges. So first of all, start off, open Adobe Dimensions 3.0, which is not on the desktop.
Why didn't you put it on the desktop? Make it easier for me. Programs. I'm assuming it's a program. Wait. I just saw it. Dimension. Here we are. Adobe. Try out. This one.
So this is the default interface. You can add a little bit more to this interface. You're free to stretch the windows out a bit so you've got a bigger working area. You can do whatever you like, but this is what it is by default.
I will stretch it out because I want a bit of a bigger working area.
Yeah. If you stretch them out like that, you're going to have to move those out of the way.
Grab them there. Okay, that's better.
Okay, so you ready? You have got to make a 3D bookshelf.
That's a bit difficult since I've got a 2D screen here.
However, you may notice that there is a 3D axis in the middle.
This?
Yep. It kind of shows you, hey, the Y dimension is upwards, Z is that way, X is that way.
Okay.
But that's just a reference point.
So what do I do with that?
You can't do anything with that. That's just telling you where everything is.
And what's this thing?
This is the page.
Okay, well, page... Oh, is that another page?
You're using the page tool right now, which happens to be this one.
Oh, well, get rid of the page tool.
So let's start you off with a new file and have another go.
Can't I just open it? Oh, what happened?
You keep moving.
That's a fault with the program. It shouldn't do that.
Okay, I feel you're going to benefit from having a larger workspace.
I think so.
And I might put these up here so that your head can go down there.
Can you fix the page thing too?
Well, look at the bottom. There's a scroll bar.
Oh, that's what the problem was.
Okay, there we go. You're right in the middle of the page. If you start moving the cursor while it's clicked over there, it's going to scroll out of the page again.
Okay, I'm not going to scroll out of the page.
So your current tool is the cursor tool. So remember you want it to be a brown bookshelf.
Okay, I'm going to get a box and I'm just going to make it rectangular like a bookshelf. Cube, okay. So I've got a cube. Now let's stretch out the cube.
You're drawing another cube.
I didn't want to draw another cube. How do you get
Now you're going to draw another cube.
Well, maybe if I just draw lots of cubes, join them together, I've got a bookshelf.
It's got to be an identifiable bookshelf. So that means I'm going to get someone to come in. They're going to have a look at this bookshelf and they've got to actually know that it's a bookshelf.
What's that thing there?
It doesn't tell you the name of what these things are when you put your cursor over them.
Well, that's no help, is it? What's the point of designing something like that? Doesn't even help you. Oh, how do I get rid of this now? What's that? So you just got to guess what all these things are. File? No, there's no deleting thing there. Cut. Okay, good. I cut it out. I don't want to undo the cut.
Okay, first of all, I should just tell you that you do have 5 I don't knows. So if you would like some great advice, I
Okay.
could give you some great advice.
Well, just wait. Just let me get rid of this.
I could give you some advice that would make getting rid of things a lot easier.
I don't want to... Oh, okay, I'll paste the thing over there. But it just constantly wants me to paste that thing. I don't want to paste it in there. I want to paste it out there and get rid of it. See, you can't get rid of things. Oh, wait.
Okay, how about
Oh, my goodness.
you're rotating it?
How am I doing that? Maybe if I do that, then you can't barely see it. Then I can... Then
No, it
it's not
exists.
visible.
Remember your bookshelf, you're going to be rotating your bookshelf around to show off the fact that it's a bookshelf.
Artwork. Well, how can I create any artwork if I can't even do this? Oh, wait a sec. Hide, extrude. Yeah, well, I want to hide it.
You've just gotten rid of one of your little boxes up there.
Oh, no. Control Z. Is Control Z to...
I'm not going to say anything.
Wait a sec. Oh, I got rid of it. Control Z'd it.
That was going to be the advice I was going to say. You may use Control Z and Control Y to undo and redo any actions you've done throughout the course of your editing.
There we go. I did it.
Although that doesn't undo
how do I
workspace stuff.
How do I bring back that thing there? Do I need that thing that disappeared there?
If you remember exactly where you were, you will be able to get that back.
New artwork. Oh, I got rid of more things. Oh no,
Yes.
put those things back. Hide, remove. I want to hide the remove so I can't remove it in future.
Let's just start again. Don't do new artwork, okay? You still haven't gotten that thing back, but
do I need that thing or do I not need
who
it?
knows?
Okay, well, I want to do a square first.
So where is the squarey type tool?
Well, these are already 3-dimensional type things.
Exactly.
So where do I do the square thing?
A square is not a 3-dimensional object.
Yeah, but I want to make a 3-dimensional object. You can only make them out of a lot of 2-dimensional ones altogether. So, where is the square?
There's no such
The
thing
rectangle.
The only thing you've got, cubes, spheres, which is like a ball, cones, and circular prisms.
Well then, none of those are any help because you can't do a bookshelf with that unless you do a cube but stretch it out. So, let's get the cube again. Let's put a cube there.
First,
Now, wait. I want to make arbitrary. Okay.
So X,
Now,
Y, and
my
Z. You've got
X is going to be the long one. So I'm going to make it...
you do have a guide on the screen showing you where X is. So how many points is it going to be?
I'm going to make it 300 points.
Okay.
That makes it wide, doesn't it?
So you're not thinking of a tall, long bookshelf. You're thinking of a wide bookshelf.
Yes.
That's quite short.
Okay, now my Y...
So this is the height.
I want to make it 400. I do want to make it a bit taller.
Okay.
Yeah. And my Z going back 100's enough because it's a bookshelf. Okay.
You like that?
I want to move it down. How do you bring it down? Oh, scroll. Yay! I did it. Doesn't look very good though. It looks like a bit silly up there. Looks unproportionate. Looks like a sealed up bookshelf. What's the point of it? Actually, it looks like a bookshelf in a box, ready to be taken out. I'd really like to just get rid of that front panel, just to get rid of it so that it just shows the inside, the top. I haven't got a clue how to do that. I'm sure there's a different way of doing this. So what I'm going to do is, and I need to get those things back up. Where's those numbers with...
How do you think you might get it up? You've got this tool now. What do you think you might do? If
What is
you want
this
to
tool?
edit, well, this tool is just the pointer tool. It's where you can click on objects, move them around. What do you think to edit this object's properties? What do you think you might do?
Press edit?
To modify this object's properties.
Is there a modifier there?
No, I'm trying to get you away from those menus by using words that are not on those menus.
Okay,
It's simpler than you might think.
if I click on it... Well, what's that?
That's just the hand tool that grabs the paper and moves it
Oh,
around.
that's silly. What's this one now? Oh, that'll probably
That'll
make
draw a
cubes
cube.
out of it. Ah! I did it. I got it back. I don't know how I got it back, but I got it back. Okay. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to start panel by panel.
So you're going to make
I'm
it
gonna
really thin.
Create the back panel first.
Okay.
So the Z one,
The Z is
I'm
really
going
thin.
to make
Okay.
that 1. Let's just see what... That might be too thin. Okay. And what did it do? Created
Because it
another
looks like
thing.
you had another cube there.
Oh!
So let's get rid of that because you've done 2 cubes. Okay. Now,
So I've got 1 there. Okay. Ah! I got the back, but shouldn't it be thicker because it's wood?
well, if you want, you can make it thicker.
I want to make it thicker. Oh, how do I get that thing back again? I pressed that and did that, but now it's not getting it back. Wait a sec, tint. Oh, that doesn't do a thing. How did I have it before? Ah, I got it back. You just have to keep pressing lots of things and then you'll eventually get it back. I'm going to make it 10.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, yep. That looks more like a... Okay, that's that. Now I want to do a side thing. So I'm going to get another cube, but I need to... Okay, cube 2. It needs to be the same height, which is Y.
Yep, 400.
Yep, but the X...
It actually remembers the last cube you've done, so it's already set everything the same as the last cube.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to make that 20... Oh no, what should I make that? 30. Oh no, that won't be big enough. 40. But then the X one is... Which one's the X one going this way? So the Y is there, that's coming out. Actually, I don't want it to have an X at all. So I'm going to have the X as 10. Okay. Ah! That's it.
Now
but
remember,
it's a bit
you've got the cube in your hand, which is
no.
going to make more cubes.
Oh, well, I'd need another one of those, but not on top of that. Why did it go on top?
Now you've got the cube tool again, so once again you're drawing more cubes.
No. Get lost, cube tool. Now I want to grab that. Oh, wow! There we go.
That voice.
Oh, wow! There we go. But is it thick enough there? Oh, well, it's got thin books, so it's got books that don't come out very much. We don't want a protruding bookshelf.
Books that basically have to be put frontways, showing rather than sideways, like a normal bookshelf. I'm just going to go and hide this thing because we don't need that. So that can just be part of that line there. Now, no, how do you make it stick? No, forget it. I'll just scroll down a bit. There, perfect. Okay, now I'm on a roll here. I need the top panel. Okay, now, for some reason, clicking that... Nice colour, by the way.
Oh, I don't care about the colours. Oh, I can change all the colours later, can't I?
Once you've made your brown bookshelf, which was the task.
Oh, maybe I should just make it brown now. Where's all the colour? They're colours. Oh, don't tell me I have to now remember what makes brown. Do I? Oh, no. Is that the colour? So I'm just going to make that brown. Doesn't it just have a brown?
You would think so, wouldn't you? You would think that you wouldn't have to do all this and that there would actually be a tool here that allows you to select a colour rather than making a custom colour. You would think that there would be one that you would be looking for rather than trying to make your custom colour.
Okay, forget it. I'm going to look for... But that's black. This is grey. Ah! I think I found it. Brown. There we go. But what if I don't like that brown?
You can modify it a bit.
Okay, that'll do. I don't know. It looks a bit...
Are we going to have to go and make your own custom colour, are you?
I actually don't really like that brown. But look, the task was to make it brown, so that's brown. Yeah. Is there a nicer looking brown? No. That is the colour.
Now you're going to start making a new cube because you've got the cube tool selected.
I get lost. Okay, that. Be brown. Oh, what happened?
You've gotten rid of that now.
Why have I...
Would you like to ask her, why did that happen? That's the same as a how do I.
No. How do I make this brown? That's my question. How do I make this brown?
To make an object brown, click on the cube you would like to turn brown.
Okay, done.
Then choose the brown colour and press apply.
Okay. Oh, rusty brown. Oh, there we go. Let me just see if they've got lots of different browns. It's got normal brown. No, I'll just pick normal brown.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, normal brown. And apply it. Shade colour will be displayed in the PostScript rendering mode. Okay, whatever.
So it is now brown, however you have not got it on the right mode to display that it is brown.
Why not?
You've currently got it in a mode, and I'll give you a clue of what the mode is called. It's currently called draft mode. That was a very big clue.
PostScript. Ah! But how does that look like that? I'll just...
You will have to click apply if you want to
apply.
Accept anything.
I don't like that brown, but...
You never like any brown.
I'll just have to make it really dark. That'll do. I don't care. Okay, now let's make you the same. Brown again. Apply. Now let's make the back. Apply. Yay! Now, let's do the next cube. So I'll get you. Then, okay, so the X. So what is the X? So the up bit, the Y. This is really hard. I just can't think in 3D. I'm going to make that 40.
Out of interest, do you think, because you are currently in the 1990s here, 1997 to be exact, do you think 3D modelling is easier in modern times than it is here?
Maybe it's a bit more complicated. Maybe there's just so many features and it's just really overwhelming and complicated. I would say that it may be simpler. No, actually, you know what? I don't think it'll be simpler. I think it'll be harder now and simpler in modern times because it probably does cubes.
Harder now and simpler in modern times?
No, harder now. As in I'm in 95,
okay.
aren't I?
1997.
97, there we go. I thought you said I was in 95.
No, 97.
Is Y high? Yeah, Y is high. So actually Y, I only make 40. And then I make it long this way. Let's just see what that looks like. Oh, that doesn't look right.
You can move it to wherever you like, as long as you're not drawing another cube.
Oh. Okay, something now. I don't have 40, obviously. Y is high. I'm going to make that 10, a bit skinnier. Okay. Why isn't it as thick as this? See how that one's this thick? Why doesn't
But remember,
that...
if you look at things from different angles, they may look a bit different to how they really look.
Get rid of that one. Why won't it go? Oh, good. Get rid of it. If I scroll down, maybe I can... Yep, it's gone. There we go. Maybe if I put the same thing on the bottom, so...
What are you trying to do? Do you think it's positioned in the right spot?
Yes. Now.
That counts as an I don't know. Because I did tell you that draft thing, and I've told you this, so I think that counts as an I don't know.
Now,
So
I
you've
want
used
another
two.
cube. That, and I want it down there. Yay!
Now you're drawing another cube.
Oh!
You never learn.
Go away.
And you keep forgetting that you should just Control Z next time that happens. So the cubes don't pile up at the bottom there.
Put that down there. Ah.
And that there might be a way of simply deleting them.
There we go. Now they're gone. Okay, here we are. Is that position right though? Why does it just have to look silly for? Oh no! Okay, now I need some shelves. So I need more of those things, but I'm going to make them a bit thinner. So I'm doing another cube.
So they need to be thinner, do they?
So you can define that they're actually the shelves and not the frame. So I'm going to make that, I think this is the one I modify. I'm going to make it 6. Yes, little shelfie. Oh, no.
You're very good at working without rotating, because as I work with 3D, I rotate it around to see what it looks like from different angles. You're very good at working without rotating.
Get rid of another. Oh, no. Oh. Okay, Control Z. I want to put this. That'll do. Now, I need another one of those. Oh, what's this thing?
Another little cube you made.
I'm sick of those little things.
Okay, stop for a sec.
No,
Stop.
I just want to get rid of that
I
little
want
thing.
to just press delete to get rid of it. If you click on it, then press delete, it will be gone. Gone.
Good.
Okay, there we go. I just had to tell you that. Now, I've just got to say, throughout this whole time I've been looking, does the bottom of the bookshelf look very unstable?
It looks very silly, but I don't know why it looks silly. Why doesn't it just be incorporated into it? I can't understand. Do I have to do something with it to make it more proper? I think I might have to rotate it a bit.
The answer would be clear if you were able to rotate around your 3D object to see what it looks like from different angles.
Just let me get all the shelves right, and once I've got all the shelves right, then
It can have as many shelves as you want it to have.
So there's another shelf.
You can add another one now.
Okay,
That can be your next one.
Just add it.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, now.
As long as it's got 2 different objects on it.
Okay.
It can be whatever objects you like.
There. No, not quite there. That one can come down a bit. Does that look about even? It looks all right. Okay.
It's very hard to notice when something's even when you're not looking at it from different angles, isn't it?
Okay, now I want to do rotating things. So, operation, window. Well, I need help.
Would you like to use an I don't know?
Oh, axis front. Wait a sec. Back. Let's look at the back. Oh!
That shows you from the back what the bookshelf is looking like.
Okay, well, I can see why it looks a bit silly.
It makes you feel like, gosh, was it really that bad?
How could it be that bad? How could those things all be... What is that even? I didn't know I had 4 of them.
When you go around back to look at it again, you might get a bit of a surprise when you change the camera angle back.
Okay, so that's the back view. Left view. What the...
That's actually where you put everything.
Well, I tell you what, it's an abstract bookshelf because it's got floating shelves. Oh, actually, that gives a new dimension. You know those floating shelves that people have on walls? Well, there you go, floating shelves.
But it's got to be identifiable. So at the end, I'm going to rotate this around using the mouse, and I'm going to show somebody what it is, rotating all angles, and they've got to understand this is a bookshelf. And this is, when it's saying from the left, this is directly from the left. If you stood right at the left of the bookshelf and looked forward, that's what you would see.
Right.
And if you stood at the right of the bookshelf, that's what it would look like. If you look down from the top, that's what it would look like.
Okay, so the back isn't really there.
Joined onto it at all. See, when you look around from different angles, you go, that's why it might be looking a little bit strange.
And what is that?
That's an extra little quick cube.
Okay, well, I'm going to do the delete now. Delete, delete. Someone's taken the delete there.
The delete button happens to be the size of 2 keys, so you've got a double of a chance of finding it over the other buttons.
Isometric, what does that mean? Okay, well, that needs to be a bit more joined there. That needs to be a little bit more joined there. Look.
What?
It's taking shape.
Where'd the bottom go?
Oh, no wonder. I thought I did 4 shelves.
That was your 4th, and you just ripped the bottom, but because of the way...
I thought I'd created 3
Now, notice
shelves.
the bottom looks good now?
Yeah, it does. It looks really
Because
good.
what happened is the bottom was actually not at the bottom. It was actually halfway up because of the camera angle facing that way.
How do you make it so that it's not...
Do you want...
This is just silliness.
Do you want a special, I don't know, do it for me and show you how to do it? Which will really help you.
I've almost worked
It'll cost you 2 how to eyes, but seriously,
okay,
it will help you. Okay.
I still think if someone came in and looked at that, they would think it was a bookshelf.
Okay, this is going to cost you quite a few I don't knows and everything. It's going to be 3. I'm going to give you almost like a little rundown tutorial on viewing angles, custom viewing angles, and some keyboard shortcuts that you can use to really get everything into place. First of all, if you come up to Window and Show Camera, see this camera thing? Mm-hmm. This is a very useful window. If I change lat, you're able to see it from different angles like that, see? And if I change longitude, you're able to rotate it around. Do you find that very helpful, being able to see it from different angles?
I'd be very upset if I got a bookshelf like that.
Yeah, well, see from that angle and roll. See how you can change these and you can see the exact, like, from different angles? Do you find that very helpful, this little thing I've brought up here?
Yeah.
Because without that, you didn't really know what was going on, did you?
No, I didn't.
Next of all, see how this is misaligned? If we first of all put it into draft to make everything a bit faster, as I have my finger on this button, right, see how it's moving it along this axis, along this Z axis. And then left is moving it along that axis.
Yep.
Right? If you actually notice moving it side to side, it's moving it side to side like this and up and down, but you're not able to almost move it forward and back. If you hold shift and press up, see how I'm able to push it back and forwards through it?
Yeah.
So using those 3 keyboard combinations, up and down and stuff, and holding shift to access that other axis, you're able to move it freely on all axes, and then rotate the camera to have a look at all locations to make sure it's snapped in.
let me just, so obviously this one has got to go there. That top one.
And what you were doing before, perfectly looking at back, front and all of that, that's actually a very good way to get it right. Because if you can get it back from the back looking one way and the front looking one way, you've got everything sorted, really. So you've got no I don't knows left, or how do I's. I mean, I've been calling them I don't knows when they're actually how do I's.
Oh.
Don't adjust the lens.
That's weird.
No, don't. It was on nothing.
Oh. Okay, well I can see the top one's still a bit funny. That needs to be pushed in a bit. Oh.
I think you might need to basically look at the front. If you're front on, you know exactly where everything is. So I'd say, as you were before, change it like that.
Okay, go away now.
Use the keyboard arrow keys to get it perfectly. And you go, is that perfect? Okay, so click on each thing, use the keyboard.
Now it's coming out.
It's just the dots, the representation was coming out.
Oh, well that's what was confusing me. They should just have a feature, a glue feature, where you can glue the things in the right spot. That's what it should have. Okay, now I'll move that one down. So I need to even them up a bit. Okay, let's have a look. Back. Okay, left. Oh, what's the point of that?
But now you're seeing, hey, if I get this right in the slotted place, see how left, right, and all these angles really help if you see it dead on this direction. But really, think of it like this, think logically. If you're looking dead on the left, they really shouldn't be protruding out at all, should they?
Why are they protruding out?
Because you're doing it wrong. Okay, is that enough? Isometric.
Okay.
There, you've done the bottom. Good job. So what are you trying to look at now?
This shelf.
The moment you use a mouse, you're going to mess everything up.
This bit there needs to go back a bit, so...
So you feel it needs to go back? Click
Just
it. Now
slightly.
use the arrow. That's up.
That's up. That'll do. That'll do.
Now...
I've got to put two objects
Two
on
objects on that shelf.
Well, I want to have it in proper, not custom. I want to have it in my postscript thing. Oh, look at that colour. That's awful. That doesn't look like that. Oh, look. Doesn't look like that at all.
Okay, don't worry about the colour. Just...
It looks more like orange, not brown. No, well, it's a 70s bookshelf.
Might be easier to just have it on draft for visibility.
Okay, so let's get that. And let's put that object there. 50-50. Okay, that's going to be too big. So let's make it...
You can just draw the objects on, but
20.
okay.
What's an elliptical cone?
Well, do you want it to be a cone or an elliptical cone? Because you're either doing one or the other.
No, I want to do an elliptical cone because that'll be quite interesting to see what exactly an elliptical cone is. Okay, 20 for the bottom two. That'll be interesting. Okay. There we go.
Now, anything you do now is drawing more cones because you're in the cone tool.
Controls the old one's gone. Okay, so that's one object sitting on it. Now all I need is another object to sit on it. Let's have a ball. Let's have a ball doing this. Okay, no, let's really, literally have a ball. Let's put this little thing that won't go away to good use. Where'd it go?
It's behind the bookshelf.
What's the point of that? How
Now,
do you get it?
Remember, using the arrow keys once again is the best thing to do.
No, you know what?
Stop.
I don't even like that thing. I want to get rid of it again. I'm just going to delete it.
Why don't you like it?
Actually, because it goes behind the bookshelf.
But anything you do has the potential to go behind the bookshelf.
No, and I'm putting elliptical, and I want to make it...
Ellipsoid. Where's the cool at the end?
Ellipsoid. I've never heard of that before, so I just...
I've never heard of elliptical before.
No, I've heard of elliptical.
Okay.
Okay, so let's make it 30 this way. Let's make it, what's the Y? 40. And the
obviously this isn't a sphere.
It doesn't matter.
So an ellipsoid.
Yeah, it's an ellipsoid. That'll do.
How can it have all these
20.
radiuses when it's supposed to...
Okay. Wow! That looks interesting.
Now you're drawing another one, once again. Finally she did Control Z.
That can sit there. Wow.
Now, how about
I should have some books. You know what?
No, don't add stuff. Well, you haven't even coloured these things yet.
I'm so excited that... No, I want to add some books. Oh, that looks
You should
gross.
change the colour of them.
That looks gross.
So what colour is that one going to be?
Okay, so that one, let's have a look at the colours. No, I'm not going to
custom colour
it. Gold. Oh, but that's just yellow. Oh, well. That'll do.
Got it looks so bad. It looks so much better in draft, to be honest. Did you?
Yeah, it does actually. Okay, now we got this creature. Oh, I want him to be turquoise. That sounds fancy. Apply. Why doesn't it apply? Doesn't look as if it wants to be turquoise.
But how can it, it's an object, just like any other object. Why can't it have its colour change?
Maybe it doesn't like turquoise.
Like, you're unable to literally apply anything to that. I would actually like to know myself as to why it is uncolourable, but it looks like that object literally is uncolourable. Like, why?
That object doesn't want to be coloured. It wants to stay that colour. Maybe it's so embarrassed it just wants to camouflage itself in the bookshelf. Now it's walking.
Well, for some reason that object does not want its colour changed.
You know what? I'm going to do another object now.
I probably wouldn't do another object because we actually aren't looking at this from different angles, and imagine how messed up they might look at when I show him in a circle.
Oh, no.
Let's have a little look at what it looks like.
Okay, so that's not quite...
That's kind of popping out.
Okay, so don't pop out.
I don't like the fact it's yellow. I like that.
I like the fact it's yellow.
Why do you like it yellow? Why
don't know
it be
why.
a nice blue or something that isn't yellow?
Well, I just tried to pick turquoise, but the other object
didn't
want to be turquoise, so there we go. Yeah, that looks all right. That'll do.
These angles are confusing me.
That's really defeating gravity. Okay. Wow, that's a pretty interesting bookshelf. Get back. Oh.
Oh no, don't pull it apart.
No, Control Z. No. Now. I don't like this.
So that's rotating it upside down and stuff. Okay, so that's obviously not the one you use.
Oh, that's not the one I used. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, no.
You're confused the heck out of me. You gotta roll it. Okay, okay.
It's still sort of. Oh no. Okay. Good. Now. No. I like actually really see the Oh, what's in the handful that was okay?
Stop. Just.
Yeah, that's better. What do you have to see bookshelf?
Do you really want that yellow thing levitating and going through the top of the bookshelf? Like that's freaking magic there.
Okay, there we go.
Not only can it levitate, it can even go through other objects.
Well, this object doesn't even like being.
It's a yellow ghost.
Colour.
It's an orb. Yeah.
Look, I'm going to have another go with this one to see if I can change the colour. Wow! It just wasn't in the mood.
Yeah,
it wasn't in the mood before. Now it's in the mood. Yeah!
Okay.
What happened
No, that's okay. I had it on the wrong thing. I was on stroke rather than shade.
So we're now on that. Let's find that nice turquoise. I like turquoise. Yes, apply. Oh. Well, it's outlined in blue, so that'll do.
That is
What
so
does this one mean? Oh, that doesn't even want that.
Yeah, it doesn't want that now.
Temperamental objects.
Ah, look. Turquoise is back. So maybe choose it now. You just have to unclick it, then re-click it. And then it decides that it might want to change colour again.
It's got a red outline. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. That's fine. Okay. Now.
So do you feel you're ready to show this off to somebody?
I want it in a sort of a different angle because I'm not sure whether this angle does it justice.
You happy with this?
Oh, don't start doing things with it now. Oh, yeah, that'll do.
That's exactly what you wanted.
Yeah, yep.
Okay,
leave.
so would you like someone to come over and have a look?
Yes. Jazz!
No, she heard us say bookshelf, so I'd say...
Benj!
Yeah, him.
Benj, come here.
Oh, and I'm a mess. I can't go in front of the camera. I'm an absolute mess.
Well, just bring your voice here.
Benj, no, please, I want you in this thing. Come on, Benj, just appear in it.
She's basically drawn something and she just wants to ask what she's drawn.
Benj! Okay, you first.
First of all, what do you...
Come here,
What
sit.
do you think it is?
Sit here. What is that?
Wait.
That mummy drew.
No. Everything.
Bookshelf.
A bookshelf!
Shh! And what
what's on
objects are on it?
A pot.
A pot, yeah.
Yeah.
Bugsy.
Jesse, you got something in your mouth. Couldn't you just swallow what you got in your mouth before you come here? Swallow what's
Okay, let you
eating.
go.
Honey toast.
Honey toast.
Okay, let's go.
Hey!
Okay, you go now. Got to get the other test subject.
No!
Don't pull me.
Ow!
What is that object?
Looks like some sort of shelving system.
What type of shelving system?
Oh, just to put ornaments on or something. Shelves.
Yeah, could you put anything else on it? Like lots of things that you could read?
Oh, that's a very big hint.
No, but shelves can be for books or for ornaments or anything. We've got shelves. Put anything on them you
So
like.
that's possibly
It's a display cabinet. It could be a bookshelf or a display cabinet.
Bookshelf, yes! Bingo! Bookshelf! Yay! And what do I have on it?
Ornaments.
So
What
why-
ornaments?
So I said to make a bookshelf. And
Looks
it's
like-
very hard to identify that it's a bookshelf
Okay.
when you don't have books on it.
It looks like
Oh,
you've
well,
got the sun and a pyramid on there.
Okay, the
It's actually a
sun.
cone, so you know. And this is what it looks like. We'll show you a little look around of what it looks like if you moved around. See? I think it
I
looks
made
like.
that.
That's pretty clever.
It's pretty clever, all right. See? There we go.
How long do you think it would take you to make that?
About a year.
Okay. This was Adobe Dimensions 3.0 and you have successfully made a 3D bookshelf. Although since you didn't put any books on it, it was hard to determine that it was a bookshelf, but I'll just
But you
say
did
that you have
say,
succeeded. It was
put
really
two
just-
objects. You didn't say put books on it.
Could have been anything, but when the person came, they would have had to have identified that it was a bookshelf. They had a little trouble doing that. You should have put two books on it.
Your sister didn't have any trouble whatsoever. She
Because
said
she
it
was
straight away.
watching us do this episode,
No, she
hearing the
wasn't.
word bookshelf.
No,
once.
she wasn't.
Overall, do you like this program?
I do, but I could improve it by adding a glue function where you can glue things to other things in the right position so that you don't accidentally, rotate it and then suddenly it's all gone silly. Also, have a better brown in it. This is a terrible brown.
I'm not a lighting expert. In most other programs, I mean modern programs, I'm referring to stuff like Google SketchUp. I'm not usually having to deal with lighting so much. And stuff like, say, the Unreal Engine 4, you are dealing with lighting, but I don't know, it seems a lot easier to do things in that kind of 3D modelling setup. You found this reasonably complicated until you got the viewing angles and controls right, being able to see things from different angles.
Because it looked like they were in the right position, but then when you rotated, things were levitating and all sorts of things were happening.
Kind of like the impossible cube, where it looks like something from at one angle, then when you lose and you think, hey, it's not a cube at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of like those things.
In other words, I've created optical illusions.
Yes.
Then.
You can test out optical illusions.
So I accidentally created optical illusions before.
You sure did. Overall, simple program to use. Would you say that if...
You'd get the hang of it eventually. Yeah. You would. Trial and error, you'd get the hang of it.
There's not too many tools, too many things confusing you.
You just click all different things eventually and then you'd work out what things did and... Yeah.
Okay, how about the controls? Did it seem easy to control and to get things where you wanted to get them? Was it easy to rotate the camera and was it easy to get things where they needed to go? Or do you think the rotating could have been better?
I do think the rotating could have been better because when we were around here, remember it was all going strange. It was turning sideways. It looked like the bookshelf was just dancing or possessed.
So you feel that if Adobe continued this program, if they said, okay, we're going to release Adobe Dimensions 4.0, people have forgotten about Dimensions now. This was I'm not going to say it was a failed product. It just didn't catch on like their other products. This is history. This is gone. This was never a thing. You get it?
Yeah.
It's not like Photoshop, which started off back in, 1988 and has come all the way to now and they've still made more versions. Do you still think this software should have been built upon and used today? Like, do you feel that
I think it could have gone somewhere. Yeah, I think it was a mistake for it, to die off. But is there an equivalent of this today?
I've looked at Adobe's programs and I will be honest that I myself have not been able to find an equivalent Adobe product. However, if you do feel there is an equivalent Adobe product to make 3D models, please tell us in the comments. The closest thing I've found is something called Adobe Illustrator that does allow you on paper to make kind of 3D objects, but not to this level. So far you've tried out modern video editing from around 2014. You've tried to destroy an operating system from the year 2000. You've tried to do some music composition in 2006. And you've done 3D modelling in 1997. Out of these 4 things, which would have you found the easiest?
Okay, well, first of all, destroying the operating system was extremely hard because I couldn't do it. I failed at that task. Viruses aren't as easy to find when you're looking for them anyway. The music thing was difficult for me because I'm not very musically talented at all, which is very evident in that video. And it's very hard to try and imagine what something sounds like when you're trying to arrange notes on the bar and trying to imagine what it sounds like. Whereas if I was actually in front of a piano and trying all the notes, I'd eventually get it much easier. I actually found the 3D modelling quite easy, eventually. The video editing I found a little bit difficult, but I did get it in the end. Yeah, definitely, out of all the tasks so far, the 3D modelling would have to be my thing.
Okay, final question here about the 3D modelling. Do you think it would be easier to draw this 3D model with the program you used, or do you think it would be easier to draw it in pen and paper, a 3D model of a bookshelf?
It would be much easier to actually draw it on pen and paper.
You can't rotate and stuff.
No, I know, but it would be easier to draw on with pen and paper, yes.
Okay, and what about using like a Microsoft Paint, like a 2D drawing program on the computer? Do you think that's easier or harder than trying to make something in 3D using a 3D program?
I think that would be harder because the paint thing is 2-dimensional, whereas this allows you to view things in 3-dimensional. So I think it would be harder in paint.
And how is that different when you construct that onto paper, to the 2D paper on a computer versus 2D paper in real life, drawing something 3D?
when you've got pen and paper in front of you and you can use shading and you have control of the pen and what's happening on the paper. I don't know, pen and paper for me, I feel more in control. I mean, look at it this way, I've got a diary and I'm not storing things on my computer, I'm storing them in a diary where I can physically turn the pages, and with my phone I don't have a whole stack of numbers in my phone. I've got a little address book, so I think I like the old-fashioned pen and paper. I feel more in control. But I must admit it was quite interesting doing the 3D modelling on the computer because it actually made me think in 3D. So something I don't normally do.
Okay, I'm glad you enjoyed that. Next time you're going to see us in another operating system from another time period doing some other crazy task. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye.